Hello everybody, and welcome back to another game of World of Warship Blitz, where we are in the Tier 5 Italian Battleship, the Giulio Cesare, which I'm presuming is pronounced like that. So this is a well-known ship for being quite powerful for its tier. So of my favourite battleship on Tier 5 is the Congo. I haven't played so much of it recently, and more or less that's because I'm sort of playing above Tier 5. It's been a while, so let's see how this compares with the Congo, which is a mighty fine ship. So it certainly gets up enough speed, and it has that sort of Congo feel to it from the point of view that once you do get up to speed, and you can see I'm trying to hold it at around about 20 knots, which takes a lot of micromanagement. But it certainly feels like, it doesn't feel sluggish like the German and the American battleships at this tier. At Tier 5, where you have like the likes of the New York or the, I think the Koenig, or yeah, so, yep, now it's guns. I'm going to look at that Mutsuki, see if he comes around the point of the land. I've got HE loaded. With a couple of destroyers, I assume that either I'll be firing at battleships at long range or I'll be firing at destroyers, and it turns out that in this case I'll be firing at a destroyer, so I changed to secondaries. It has very good secondaries. And then with my main guns, well, I seem to have missed. So I've got 3 hits with my secondaries. That Mitsuki, now unfortunately I should have held off with my main guns, because that shot would have been perfect. But as it is, that is what it is. So he's going to disappear behind that point of land. There's not much I can do about that, so I'm going to have to change targets back. And I'm going to get targeted by, you can see the shells crossing, so what I'll do is I'll fire that direction, and then I'll turn in towards the, oh, here we go. Just the wrong time really, isn't it? It always happens like that. So what I'm going to try and do is turn away, because that's definitely torpedo launching material there. The secondaries on the Giulio Cesare are actually, oh, look at that. Beautiful miss. Yeah, that's no good. And broadside onto those battleships. So here I'm going to turn my guns. Let's get my guns on target, get some hits on them, and we will change to armoured piercing, or after the next shot I think we'll change to armoured piercing. But we definitely don't want to be broadside onto 2 of them. So the one behind me has got a bit of a difficult target. And we have, well, no, I'm not going to change to armoured piercing at all. It looks like I have myself a bit of a target here. I've got to defend the cap, so we will take a shot and finally hit a destroyer with my main guns. That feels a lot better. There are a couple of targets between me and him, so the chances are that yep, someone else is going to take him out, and those torpedoes won't be directed at me. That Imperator Nikolai I is reversing, getting out of danger from those torpedoes. I'll change to AP now, get a fire going, and what I'm going to do is, you can see I'm slowing down because I'm the priority target. I think there's more concern about me, and my health is lower. So what I'm going to do is just step in behind this Nikolai and, dare I say, use him as a shield, which you know, thanks, sorry, but so he'll take a lot of the targeting, because, oh, 8 hits and a critical. That Ishizuchi, yep, he's gone. That Nikolai took him out. We'll continue to use him as a shield. Looking at the smoke, this Koenig is still moving forward, so we will heal up. He's not moving forward as quickly as we'd expect. And this Mutsuki, well, it's a bit unfortunate really. He seems to have fired his torpedoes already. probably going to disappear from sight before too long. So there's not much I can do about that. So I'll bring my guns back on to bear on this this Koenig. Someone else will have to deal with that Mitsuki. I mean, I've got AP loaded, and he's a distant destroyer, so it's not really a good space to be. That Nicholas is throwing out some torpedoes, so if he's got the range, there's probably not much I can do to that Koenig. So we'll start to lower the health pool on this Kaiser. Looks like he's going to get some torpedoes as well. I know the Koenig is reversing. So we're successfully holding our cap here. We have a ship's advantage. We've been quite lucky, but the ship is actually performing quite well. Its guns are reasonably accurate. They're hard hitting. The secondaries are great. Sure, it's not like the vast numbers of secondaries you get with other ships, but they actually feel a little bit more meaty than the secondaries in, let's say, in the New York or even the Congo. So there's a lot to be happy about with this ship. I need to get back in the cap circle, however the game ends, and I get a Nameless Hero award. That Imperator Nikolai seems to have come out of the most valuable player, and I suspect that's because he got a lot more kills than I did, because I didn't get any kills. So, wait for the screen to come up. So, Nameless Hero, and came out at the top at damage, 46,000, no kills, no caps, 50 main battery hits, 2 citadels, which is really good, 4 fires, and so when we look at the stats, the HE on this isn't too bad, to be honest. So it's got 34,900 hit points. I mean, I need to do some comparisons with the armour. The speed, 26 knots, is pretty good. Time to full speed, 25. The turn time, not too bad. The guns, here's the guns. 9% chance of setting fire. 21-second reload, nearly 12-kilometre range. Quite a big difference between HE and AP, so definitely rewards AP. Secondary guns, 6-second reload, 5.28 kilometre range, which is pretty good. Not much damage, but still, they're reasonable dispersion. And looking at the elite bonuses, yet to make the decision, but I'd be tempted more towards battleship modernisation. I'm pretty good at dodging torpedoes, so I'd go for the hit points.